Let's try this again. This is actually my third attempt. I'm done with Screenmatic. This is my third attempt to make this video. This is Minister Paul. It's 9:45 a.m. out here near Sacramento, California on July 17, 2012. I had a dream about this occurring on April 23rd. For 5 days straight, from the 23rd to the 28th. I will show you where I did nothing but warn of what was I talking about? Murder, mayhem, and lawlessness coming upon California in July this summer. And I got ran off of YouTube, called a false prophet, called all this crazy stuff. But I mean, I can go back to look at April 30th. I mean, all I warned about was murder and mayhem coming upon the body of Christ all throughout April, beginning on April 23rd. Here's the April 30th warning. But I remember it starting on the 23rd, and there was a really strong one on the 28th. See, before that, it was all encouragement. Here's another April 30th warning. But there was one, see, look, violence increases. What's the date on that? May 18th. I don't know if these are in order by date. But, you know, it's just really sad that because I listened, you know, and I take the blame, because I listened to somebody and let their comments get to me. A lot of these warning videos got removed. What's the date of this? May 7th. Cinco de Mayo. Violence. Here's one called Violence. Look, you know, when I was prophesying that the violence was coming, was in April 23rd. It's the truth. March 30th. Anyway, so before Screenmatic crashes on me, let me go into what the story is today. It's a media cover-up. I want you to take notice that they posted his driver's license and address, although he's separated from his wife and has 2 kids. He's in custody. Yesterday, the public, if you go watch my video, and I'm going to attach this again to yesterday's video. When the public information officer, who's trained to say nothing but the facts, he said he was very calm, unusually calm, cooperative, and there was no signs of drugs or alcohol, no mention of resisting arrest. Today, the whole story has been changed to how he was a violent felon who was, you know, known for this type of activity. You know what his criminal background is thievery. He was a thief. And now they're saying that he'd gotten into other homes. He was swimming in people's pools. Some guy said he chased him out of the house. Let me ask you this. I would love to get the 911 calls of when he was in somebody's pool. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying people don't watch their neighbor's back anymore, and that he chased him out of that house. Did this guy right here, I'm calling you out publicly, did you call the police when that happened? If so, then or if not, then you could have saved a life. He's not wearing a shirt. He's jumping into people's pools. Now they're saying that it was possibly broke into 3 houses, and then they're talking about all this. See how he was CEO, producer, and artist for Ghetto Street Productions. They're saying how he posted all these things about wanting to die and bury me. You want to know what he posted on his Facebook? And you heard it here first, because they're changing the story to whatever is sensationalism. And you want, look, here's the 7-3. If you look over here, here's a 7 and a 3. Watch, the car that responds is a 7 and a 3. They're changing the story, because look, here's a 3, and here's the month of 7. Here's another 7. Here's another 3, and here's another 3, and it has 3 comments. Are you with me? So what I want you to take note of here is that he just had what was considered, and I'm quoting his estranged wife here, as a normal conversation with her. It's a quote that they just had a normal conversation, and on his Facebook page, he had went to a service at New Life Community Church just hours before the murder, and he had spoken with his, they were separated at the time. They had had a normal conversation. So picture this. Are you with me here? This man right here was in church asking for help. He was banging on doors asking for help. Is that what zombies do? Or is that what people possessed by demons do? He takes off all his clothes, goes naked, violently murders Miss Sturgis, who this ministry offers up prayers for his their wife and their surviving relatives and all that. And we offer up prayers also for him, yes, him, and the wife, and he had 2 kids also. They're putting him out that he was in the area burglarizing. I'm here to tell you, he didn't need no money. If he had a record label and was making CDs, and I've seen these guys out here hustle CDs, they make a lot of money. They don't need no money. But let's see what they said yesterday. He was calm, cool, and collective and didn't resist or resist. Suddenly, it just changed today where he's this violent, crazy guy. But I want you to take notice that they show a brief picture of him sitting in between an elderly white couple unrelated to this victim of a tragic murder. But they don't mention the fact that that is him in church. In church. Let's go to the story. Ready?
Home last night, naked and covered in the blood of his victim, 79-year-old Carol Sturgis.
News tonight, we're learning more about the man accused in this grisly crime from one of the people who knows him best. News 10's Kristen Drew spoke with Trotter's estranged wife, and she joins us now with her reaction. Christine and Dale, Mose Trotter, or Moses as he's known by many, is separated from his wife. They have 2 children together, and at this point, those children don't know what's happened.
How do you tell a child that your dad killed somebody and he's not going to be around anymore?
Erica Rhea is struggling with how she'll tell her 2 daughters their father is accused of murder.
To my 2- and 5-year-old, he's their dad. He's their dad. Like, that's it. That's dad. Like, no matter what he did right now, that's their dad.
Erica and Trotter are married but separated. Erica says after Trotter was released from jail in August, the separation and child custody issues began.
He's sitting in church.
I just think it was
no mention of that.
It was just getting to him, and I think he just really snapped. And unfortunately, the sad part is someone lost their life because of it.
Erica learned about the murder at this Fair Oaks home after getting a phone call from Trotter's sister. She then saw the story on the news.
For him to actually take someone's life and do that, it was out of character, so it wasn't really believable to me until I actually seen it with this picture.
Neighbors say Trotter rampaged through 2 homes in this Fair Oaks neighborhood.
Now he's on
he broke into one home through a window.
But look at his address is actually 7-3. This may play an ad, but I apologize. His address that they're listing.
I may be new to PG&E, but I'm no stranger to the energy industry. I saw a company that had lost its way, but I came here because
when I've already watched this story.
So now I'm one of 20,000 men and women fully dedicated to bringing PG&E back by providing the safe, reliable, affordable energy that California deserves. They're getting the job done every single day, and my job is to make sure that you see the difference.
Yeah, your job is to raise our rates. That's what your
woman inside her own home. Andrea Borba, the suspect's in custody, but still in this case, Andrea, a lot of unanswered questions for cops to figure out.
Give me a few minutes
that's right.
of your time.
It's still unknown why at this point the suspect was wandering up and down the streets of this Fair Oaks neighborhood before he eventually ended up at this home. You can
I want to know what time was the first police call.
The chaos up and down Olympic Way in Fair Oaks late Sunday night may have been hinted at on Moses Trotter's Facebook page.
Look, 7-3
is crazed,
his address.
He's on drugs. He beat up a big guy down the road. And
he beat somebody up? Where was that on yesterday's report that he beat somebody up?
Accused of
See the
7-3? Carol Sturgis posted 3 cryptic status updates on his wall. It's funny, because we all going to die. When I die, bury me in Fresno, and the basic instructions.
That's Bible, Bible.
And sheriff's deputies say Trotter was pounding on doors, shirtless, around 7:30 before he broke into Sturgis's home.
Our neighbors right here actually had seen the fellow walk past and
call the police?
Gave him a bottle of water.
The neighbors behind us
they gave him
home, and he
a bottle of water.
Broke in their house and was apparently swimming in their pool.
He's swimming in pools. They're giving him water.
Stuff inside.
Something's not right here.
Then they came home, and I'm not sure who chased him out of that house.
Fox 40 discovered
he was chased out of a house.
Rap sheet for burglary, weapons charges, and domestic violence.
7-3 on the card. You see that? Unit number 7-3. His address 7-3.
Producer and artist for Ghetto Street Productions. Trotter was nude and was taken into custody after a short standoff with deputies. Sturgis's roommate living with her to keep watch over the elderly woman.
Now we have a standoff. Yesterday it ended peacefully, no resisting of arrest. Just hear me out on this, because it's not this story that the media is covering up only. It's also, for 90 minutes I watched the news yesterday, both locally and the worldwide news with Diane Sawyer, and there was not one mention of a U.S. naval ship, Rappahannock, firing on another ship. It's a media blackout. Not once did they mention that he was in church. Did you catch that? That they even have a picture of him sitting in church. It was never mentioned. Now all of a sudden, and not once did that it mention that he was posting scriptures on his Facebook and asking for help. I'm not defending this man's actions. Matter of fact, I'm asking the neighborhood, why didn't you call I'd love to go down there and get see how many people actually did call the police. The message here clearly is that the level of demonic, look in his eyes, the level of demonic activity worldwide, not just in Sacramento, the capital of California, because you might not get all these stories. Look, here's a 7. I just caught this. And a 3. If you don't believe God speaks in numbers, then why did he create the world in 7 days, 6 days, and rest on 7? Why did Jesus rise on the 3rd day, and then he told Peter, "You deny me 3 times"? Why did he show up in the 9th hour? Why is there 9 spiritual gifts? Why is there a book of Numbers? Why did it say 40 days and 40 nights? Matter of fact, what time did the neighbor call the cops? 7:30. Well, how many other people did he swim in pools, allegedly, and break in and play their video games and all that prior to this 7-3? I'm going to link. I believe that that there's somebody watching this video, and I'm going to close here, that needs to watch my dream about the warning of the angel showing me the numbers 7 and 3. And I'm going to put a link to that dream, and I suggest you watch it. And I'm here to tell you, if people can leave church after posting scriptures on their Facebook and having a normal conversation, that's what he says, a normal conversation with his wife, then that's a quote from her. Then and then all of a sudden, go kill a 79-year-old innocent woman, take off all their clothes, and run out of the house bloody. It apparently was not money as the motive. Do you understand? Then the demon's activity has risen to a level. People love to call this zombie and stuff. This ain't zombie. This is demonic. And who's next? Who's next? If this person came out of church asking for help, banging on doors, demanding help, people giving him bottles of water, and he still, the demonic manifested so strong with Legion, he was able to take a life. Who's next?